Hey, what's going on?
I lost audio there for a second. Welcome,
Uh-oh.
welcome, welcome, everybody, to the commentary zone, Christmas Eve edition. Happy holidays, everyone. Now you can see why we were late because we was playing around with nonsense. Welcome, welcome, everybody. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up just because we asked you to. And oops, forgot I had that on. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, so as you enter the room, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And thank you once again for really participating in the live chats and in the comment section for the replay crew. We really appreciate it because it's actually getting our stuff out there. We've seen an increase in subscribers, so that we want to thank you. And we've also seen an increase in people viewing our little crazy little corner of YouTube. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Jamal, what you saying today?
What'd you say?
What are you doing today? What are you saying?
Today
Happy
is
Christmas Eve.
for me. It's just like it's a happy holidays. It's on a Friday. I mean, on one hand, it's kind of good to have that extra day for the weekend, but then again, it's a Friday, so people gonna be savages in the stores. Yeah, I'm so glad I don't do the shopping we do after Christmas sales because it's just me and my mom. And I give my grandmother something, but we always do after Christmas because the sales are just way better, and we're not doing all the mess because I've already heard about people having fights at Costco. I'm like, for a parking spot. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Well, I told you about my experience yesterday at the drive-thru at Walgreens. Yeah.
And that's prescriptions too, though.
I
That's the
know.
cold
I know.
part.
I was
That's
picking up a
prescriptions.
prescription at the drive-thru, and the two cars in front of me, they were going at it. And I was being a little Grinch, hoping somebody would call the police and get them out of the drive-thru so that I can move to the front of the line. Um, that would have been the perfect Christmas present, but it wasn't. And they kept on honking horns at each other and screaming and leaning out their windows. Merry Christmas to all of y'all that was in the drive-thru line with me yesterday.
And like I said, that was just the prescriptions too. That's what got me. Prescriptions,
For a
not
prescription.
even prisons, not
And
even
mind
prisons.
you, I didn't even realize that I was waiting in that drive-thru line for over an hour because I was watching YouTube. And it wasn't until like my back started to hurt and then the cars started honking. I was just like, wait, what's going on here? And yeah, they were acting the whole fool. Oh my God. All right. So, guys, welcome. Hold on, I'm just sending my friend a message who landed in California. So I just making sure she's okay. So guys, today on the docket, we have The Real Housewives of Miami, season 4, episode 3, Painted with Pride. All I have to say is, oh my God, something is happening this season that I waited the 3 previous seasons to happen. Alexia is finally coming through and coming through strong. However, I feel like she's doing a massive dump this season that she ain't gonna have nothing else for the rest of the seasons to come. So she's gonna go back to being boring and dull.
I think with Alexia is just it's a lot at one time, but I think she's gonna space this out. What's gonna happen is, we're probably gonna see her wedding at the end of the season.
No, we're not. Well,
Oh,
I know what's gonna happen because
okay,
she just got married, right?
right.
She had 2 wedding dates, but something catastrophic happens on her first wedding date, which causes her to delay and get married just recently.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
This
mean,
girl's life was made for reality TV, for real.
it was because it's interesting that her second husband is basically like women, like they say women do. Women look for a man like their father, and her second husband was a man like her father. I was like, whoa, that's freaky to me.
However, she, much like Kris Jenner, they knew their husband was that way inclined.
But remember what she said was they asked, was it Marisol or Adriana? Well, did you ever ask him? She's like, yes. He always denied it.
Okay, so you don't ever take everything that comes out of somebody's mouth at face value. You as a woman know. And
But
you
she
at
did
cocktail
know.
parties and random men bending down on knees in front of your husband saying, "You recognize me now?" Really? Really?
But you know what the funny thing is, and people like I understand why people might think she's weird for wanting to know these things, but to me, this is the way it comes across to me. They came across the way she talks about him. She talks about him like they were best friends because she's like, I wished him well. I just want him to be himself. You know, I always want him to find love and move on.
Mhm.
Like she talks about him like they were like best friends, like no animosity, no nothing.
Well, they were separated at the time that he passed, I believe. Yeah.
I believe they were divorced.
Were they fully divorced?
I think so.
Mm.
Because she, but the
Oh,
thing
so
is, like
that's why the his first sons shut down the magazine.
yeah, his first one shut down the magazine, correct.
Okay.
And because she
Mm.
wanted to kind of keep it going, but they decided to shut it down. Okay, but I like the way she talked about him. Like there was no sense of anger, no sense of like she's not even mad. She just wants to know like how they meet. I get it, just so she can close that book because she had her suspicions confirmed, and she's wanted to know like he didn't die like unhappy. You know, I get it.
Somehow I get the feeling like she wants to know, like, was it something that I couldn't fulfill? Was the reason why he went to you?
Yeah, of course.
You
That's
know?
just that's the thing. It's when people when to me this is just my opinion when it's a matter basically of someone being attracted to the same sex like as a like for example if it's a man
Mhm.
dude like you can't be mad like it's nothing to do with you it's not something you could have done or could have handled is that's just the absolute truth because it's in that case, it's a physical attraction. Typically, it's a physical and emotional attraction. And the emotional attraction, like you can work on. The physical attraction is nothing you can do with that. There's just
Mhm.
nothing. I mean, no, it's not you. It's not you. And I think with Herman, like since he said he's gay, that means he's only attracted. To me, that means you're only attracted to, in his case, only attracted to men. Alexia, there's nothing that you could do with that. It's just nothing.
But is he gay though? Because like I would think he would be like I wouldn't say out and out that he's gay unless he said it. I would have to say
Well,
he's bisexual. He been with
she
me
said what she
and
said. Well, I'm going by what she said on the show. That's all I can go
mhm.
by. Unfortunately, she said like
Yeah.
she's like my father was, a gay man, and my I married a gay man myself.
I wonder if she's seeing this only as black and white.
Right.
Um,
I'm
because there's
I'm
so
curious
many
too.
different shades and hues in between.
Mhm.
Um, your dad was married to your mom and had children, and he never confirmed what he took that to the grave. And so did your husband. But it's very interesting. She's a whirly burl of oh my god, and that's going to make it epic for Marisol to get the reactions to all of this mess. Oh my god. Okay, so we open up the episode back at the sushi party. This is Dr. Nicole, right?
This is who?
Dr.
The sushi.
Nicole?
Sushi. That's
Yeah.
Nicole's house. Yeah, that's Nicole's shindig. Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure that I still call her by her right name because she hasn't done anything to piss me off yet.
Mhm.
And we see Alexia talking about the breakdown of the relationship between her son Peter and her fiance Todd. And she says that she feels like she's caught in the middle. Um, did she say anything else about what Ty said? Something about how um he got enough money from I think from Herman when
Hmm.
he died so that he can do nothing with the rest of his life or something like that, right?
Right, and then he said you're just gonna be a loser like your dad.
Which that his biological father, the first
Biological,
husband?
the first husband.
Well,
Shut up, Debbie. Be nice.
okay.
Be nice, child. Be nice.
Okay, what Ty said was in the heat of the moment. What Ty
Hmm.
said should have been said in the middle of a medical emergency with Frankie on the floor not responsive. No. But what Ty said, was it a
That's the thing, and I try to explain it to people. Like, I get it. Um, that sometimes you're not gonna always say the right thing at the right time. I completely understand that. But just because you don't like what was said and how it was said doesn't mean it's not true. Just saying.
And I think this is just giving Peter an excuse not to like Todd. Because
Right.
do I feel that he liked Todd in the first place, even though he was working with him? No.
No.
I don't think he liked him. Peter don't like nobody. Peter's a spoiled brat. And Frankie was going down that way too, until he got into that unfortunate accident. But
Hmm.
Alexia has to be accountable for how she reared her children. And this
I
is the
think,
result you get.
yeah, I think this is one of those spaces where you it's definitely okay to do for your children. Like, I'm not saying don't do for your children.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is don't do too much to where they become unappreciative of the things that they have. If that makes sense.
It does make sense, but do you also, I want to add an extra layer in there. Do you ever think she held her children accountable for any of their wrongdoings?
Okay, not in the way we would. I'll put it this way: not in the way we think that she should have. Like, I
Mm.
mean, some of the stuff that they did, like, I don't think she really brought the hammer down. At least we didn't see it. You know,
Mm.
like, my
Yeah.
thing is this: when kids make major mistakes, you can't reward them. You have to hold them accountable, and really
Hmm.
push them to do and be better.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we finally get into the dinner. The sushi looks wonderful. Let's see. They start talking about sex toys and about some surgery that they do in Cuba, the men putting pearls under the dermis of the penis skin so that it, gives extra pleasure
Right.
to the ladies. A dermal implant or something.
But I'm sorry, I screamed when they're like, "Have you ever heard?" Was it Larsa who asked that? I think it was Larsa. And they're
Mm-hmm.
like, "Have you heard of Cuban men?" She's like, "Oh no, who's Cuban here?" And they're like, "Well, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much we all are." And she's like,
Uh-huh.
"So, have you guys heard of Cuban men?" Da, da, da. They're like, "Yes."
Who was
And
it that said they never used a toy? Lisa?
Larsa,
Larsa said she never used a
I think
toy?
that was Larsa.
I know you lying.
And they were like, "You lying?"
Mm-hmm. Julia confirms that she's bisexual. Um, because Larsa asked Julia, she goes, "Well, now that you're married to Martina, does that mean that you'll never be with another man again?" And she goes, "Oh, let me make this real clear to you. I'm bisexual.
Right? She goes, let me help you out.
I do all of y'all in the chef too." Just saying. She's making herself very, very clear.
I like
Then,
her.
mhm. And then Alexia then comes out and says, she found out about her dad, that he was gay after he died. And it's the first time in 31 years that she has said that to anyone. And then she also realizes that she married someone just like her dad when she married Herman, like how you said.
Hmm.
And then, oh my God, why is Adriana only a friend? Because she goes, Well, at the funeral, somebody told me that he died while having sex with his boyfriend. Is that true?
It's because I read a report where she didn't want. They offered her a housewife role, but she didn't want to be a full time wife. She was
Mm.
cool with being. She was just cool with being a friend. But it's interesting. Like her and Marisol are the best friends. They are the
Yes.
best friends. Sheree, Babykins, this is the role you need to be.
I
Like
think they need to give a tutorial franchise wise on how to be a
mhm.
friend of a housewife and how
I
to
mean,
suck your lollipop in the confessional.
but they were original cast, which was great. But see,
Mm-hmm.
they make the perfect friends because they were full time cast.
Mm-hmm.
But so they know how the game is played.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do they say? Like they know the assignment.
But they're doing it so much better than they did when they were actually on Bravo. Like this, okay, Miami always used to intrigue me because of a familiarity with it, right?
Hmm. Right.
But now I feel like I'm getting a punch to my lower belly every time I watch this show now that it's on Peacock. It's a better production value. Like you said, the women all know the assignments. Well, Nicole needs
All
to learn a little bit more.
she's new.
Um,
She's new. She's. I'm
I
gonna give
know
her.
she's new. I know
I'm gonna
she's
give
new.
her
Yeah,
grace. I'm gonna give Nicole grace.
and even Kiki, even Kiki, I feel is being mentored by Marisol.
Yes. Okay, I want to do right now. Shout out to Kiki. Baby girl needs no makeup, or whoever did her makeup this time, killed it.
And
Cause
the hair too.
she looked at real natural,
Mm-hmm.
and she gave me when they were sitting down with Alexia at her apartment. All Kiki did was give us faces, and that was enough for me. And she's like, "What, girl? I'm here for you."
But
It,
that's one of the assignments, the reaction phase.
yes, but she,
The reaction phase.
but it's a stark contrast from the woman we saw at, Lars's party to Nicole's party to Alexi's apartment. I've seen an evolution in just 3 episodes. Did
And
you see
here's
that?
yes, and that is why I said Marisol is mentoring her because first episode, the disagreement over sucking on a goat's titty. Second episode, didn't they come together and apologize? And
And have a
Marisol says, "I
conversation.
really like her."
Hmm.
Third episode, they showing up together. Marisol doing the verbiage, she doing the lines, and Kiki there sitting giving face as a former Miss Haiti should. Loved it. She's
I
like, girl,
mean,
I'm gonna show you the ropes.
I'm this franchise is, and I haven't said this in a long time. This franchise, all the ladies, they make me smile in some way. Like I
Mm-hmm.
feel like the episodes are too short.
Well, except Larsa.
I mean, I'm like, I'd rather have Joanna or Karen back. If you could,
No to Joanna.
or if you could have got Anna to come back, I love me some Anna, but she don't want to come back. So like, if you could have gave me one of them two, like I said, Joanna wasn't my favorite, but you could give me either one of those over Larsa because my whole thing is this, Babykins. I need you to give me something. I need you to be pumping out this OnlyFans content. I need you to take us through the OnlyFans content. I'm going to need you to give me more than you being uh ex an ex Kardashian adjacent. I need more. Because if
Hmm.
that's all you're gonna give me this season, we could have cast you next season.
Or we could just forget that Larsa exists.
I mean, we can't really forget that, but I'm just
Yes, we
saying.
can. I know I can. So after Adriana drops that bomb, Alexia has improved because she comes back with, well, if that's true, then that's the way how I want to die too. Loved it. Loved it. Um, Next we go to Casa Pippin. And Lysa has a luxury real estate agent come over by the name of Sean. And what does he say as soon as he enters the front door? Your place need updating.
Well, first, what he said was, okay, so the house is on the market for 12 million, but Scotty wants to um raise the price to 14 million.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what he was saying, like, beware. That's pretty much what he said. It was like,
Well, the reason
where.
why it wouldn't sell for 12 million was because back then it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't in the comp set and it was dated. So it's even more dated now.
Right.
And he
I
can take
hollered.
somebody else, he could take them someplace else to get their $14 million worth. Because let me tell you, real estate down here, it ain't cheap. It ain't
Mm-mm.
cheap.
I like the fact that he was honest with her personally.
Mm-hmm.
He was straight up honest. Like, we
But she
got put
wasn't
some work in
listening.
here. We
I
got put some
loved
work
it.
in here.
I loved it when he asked her. He's like, "So, how the financials gonna divvy up? Who's getting what? Are you getting
Right?
all this? He getting all this? Or are we splitting it?"
He jumped right in with the pertinent questions, so we all kind of want to know. Just saying.
Honestly, I really don't think he cares whether he gets that or not. That listing.
I don't think so. I think he's supposed to be on TV to promote his business.
Yep. Yep.
In my humble opinion.
Mm-hmm. Larsa takes him around. He tells her that she got dirty, used furniture, get rid of it. Beautiful sized rooms, though. Like it's got good bones, but like slap some paint on it, get some, hired furniture in there, zhuzh it up, basically.
Hold on, Debbie. Can you hold on one moment, please?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay, so guys, um, it makes me wonder if she didn't know from the start. Yanni, I think she probably might. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt that Alexia might not have known from the start, but I think she caught on with the giddy up because Alexia, I don't think she's stupid. I really don't. Um, and she was with him for a really long time. He needed a beard. Okay, so the next scene is oh, Alexia meets up with Gertie and they start talking about her wedding plans, which she's still not giving any information to this poor girl. Um, Alexia, she's your friend and everything, but she still needs to get questions answered about your event, like basic stuff. Where do you want to have the event? What day are you planning to have this event? Who's walking you down the aisle? Like basics. And Alexia can't bring herself to like answer any of these because she just doesn't know. Um, I get Alexia calls. Oh, sorry, we were talking about Alexia
Oh,
and
I can hear you.
Gertie.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was. I was.
yeah, and basically, I was just saying, she needs to give some information if she wants to ever have an
Right.
event. I
Because
don't know.
Gertie, and I love Gertie because she said, you know what?
Mhm.
Look, if Alexia wasn't my friend, I'd have dumped her.
Yep,
I love it.
yep, yep. It's true. And then Alexia is like, she's the perfect person to be an event planner because she's overbearing. She's asking you basic questions, girl.
Right.
What's going to happen when it comes down to billing?
Oof.
But if you can't make a decision, then we ain't never going to get to billing. So God bless.
That's the thing. Here's what's going to happen. This is just how I'm seeing it play out right now. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to be literally Gertie having to make pretty much all the decisions at this point
Yep. Yep.
because Alexia is not giving her anything. So she's looking at Alexia like, you got to give me something here.
Mm-hmm.
And Alexia is
Yeah.
not giving her anything. So she's gonna have to do is be like, you know what? Based on what I know of you as my friend, I'm going to have to come in and make some basically some executive decisions. and you're just going to have to live with them at this point.
See, and my fear with that is that when Gertie does take over and she assumes control of this runaway ship,
Yes,
then Alexia's gonna come back and go, well, that's her fault. I didn't pick that.
exactly.
Um, so they finish dealing with that because I guess Gertie realized she ain't getting nothing out of her. So she asked her, how does she feel about Adriana's comment? And Alexia says it was messy, but Gertie says that she feels like she responded to it like a pro, don't let
Hmm.
them get to you. And Alexia says that she still wants to meet with Herman's lover. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Um, I don't know what else. There's nothing else in that scene. It was filler for me. Whatever. Um, then we see Dr. Nicole taking her son Grayson to meet with Lisa and her two kids. Lucas and something. I don't know the name of her kids.
Which kids?
Lisa's kids.
Oh, I thought it was Elle and Lucas. I
Oh,
thought I heard
Lucas.
Elle.
Okay, so I heard Lucas and I didn't know what the other one was.
I could swear she said Elle.
L. Okay, so it's a little girl.
The
I
little
didn't know the
girl.
gender either.
I'm
God.
pretty. I'm pretty
That nothing is the best.
positive that's the name. So I was vaguely listening. Um, so I was listening like in and out because I was more
Mm-hmm.
interested in them talking, and I could say, oh, this is she's like, oh, so pretty. And I believe I heard Lisa say, this is Elle. I'm like, oh, that's your daughter. Okay.
Okay. Well, you heard more than I did because I was kind of zoning out on this. And Jean says this may not be a popular opinion, but Alexia needs to put her son Peter in his place. He's so spoiled. Thank you, Jean. Thank
That's
you.
not unpopular. That's not unpopular.
Mm-hmm. Merry Christmas, Yanni. Merry Christmas. Hey, Ablavi. Welcome, welcome. So Nicole seems to think that they have like it's so rare to find a good play date with an interesting mommy. So they sit down and they talk. Um, Lisa says the same old thing about how she'd been together with Lenny for 14 years. They had a slight separation where he had an emotional affair. Girl, he cheated on you. And so then
Right.
Nicole comes back with my dad went to jail. I might be getting tired of this too. Um, but we find out that he was
Well,
convicted for money laundering and conspiracy.
see, that's the thing right there. Thank you for saying that because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I want to know who he was money laundering for. I'm sorry, is it messy to want to know those details? Like, who
Uh,
was the
uh, drogas. When they can't get you on anything else, they'll come after you for tax evasion, money laundering, and conspiracy.
like Al Capone, like they did with Al Capone?
Mm-hmm. That's
I
that's where
was
the ABCs come from.
because my thing is I would have been like, if I were Nicole, she it was really traumatic. I'd be like, oh my god, I'd probably be like, not, I wouldn't probably care my dad was going away, but I'd be like, oh my god, my Nintendo, my games, they taking
Mm-hmm.
everything. Oh,
And
dad,
but she's
I'll
still
see you later.
carrying that with her because all she focuses on is that we lost everything.
I think no, but she explained that later. She said like her where it comes from is that some of like because her dad was ripped away, and
Mm-hmm.
everything was taken. Her mother really struggled, and
Mm-hmm.
that for her to watch her mother struggle and someone she loved so much, it really like impacted her. That's why she became a doctor. She said, "I want to do something
Mm-hmm.
to where I can take care of myself and have my own and take care of her." And I
Yep.
felt that for her
Mm-hmm.
because you could see the pain in her eyes. I'm like, girl, don't you almost about to have me crying because I felt so bad for her because you could just tell like they struggled and she doesn't I like the fact she doesn't take what she has for granted and she's proud that she has her own to where if Anthony left,
Mm-hmm.
granted, like she would miss that lifestyle, but she could still provide for herself and her family on her own. She's not one of those women who put all of her eggs into her man, which is why I think most women should, really have their own.
When she said that, though, is it bad of me to at that point? I started wondering. I was like, I wonder how much, um, what do you call it? Scholarships, grants, student loans, all of that you had throughout your education. That's
Hmm.
what I started wondering.
No, it's a fair. But the thing is, though, I don't think when you say, okay, are you talking about before her dad or after her dad?
Well, her dad was already in prison when she was putting herself through medical school, right?
Okay, there we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just want to make sure well, no, remember. Um, so he went in when she was 10, and he
Mm-hmm.
did 7 years. So that would make him
Okay.
out by 17. It was like 18
So
at the
I'm
most.
still asking that question.
I know what you're saying. I know I get it because I wondered too. Because
I
he when I
still.
found out when she said he went to prison, like, oh my god, when she said the federal prison, like, when she said he did 7 years, I'm like, okay, I mean he was out by 17, 18. I'm like, but you went to college and to medical school. I heard never mention of a scholarship or fellowship or nothing like nothing. I heard of no ships
Mm-hmm.
in the education. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. So that's those are my only questions. That's all. Next scene, we over at Winwood Pride. Nice. Alexia, oh, she told them at the sushi party that she was getting this award and she invited all of them and they all turned out for her, which was really
Mhm.
nice. Um, Marisol is so messy. She came there looking for Herman's lover.
Sure did though.
I
She
listen
really
to
did.
everything that she says. She's like the only character on here where I perk up whenever she's saying anything. And I actually like listen to and watch her because she's audio and visual, like
Mhm.
smorgasbord for me. I love her. Oh Lord,
You know what it is
Ablavi.
with Marisol? You know
You,
what it is? She's extremely honest.
you
She don't
see you
care.
see, you see what Ablavi wrote?
Bobby, stop.
Oh my God. All right, so
Allegedly.
she said that. Um, okay, so all of the women get there. Did you see Adriana interacting with Julia?
Yes.
What was going on there? Like, I
No.
feel like lines are being crossed.
I mean, a few, and we see how
Ma-
the we see next episode. Next episode's gonna be a whole trip. Just saying.
but Julia commented on it and said, it's okay, it's just flirting.
Mhm.
But then she says no one can flirt with Martina and let her on her watch, but she can
I,
do this.
right.
And I think before she said they're not in they're not in an
Nope.
open relationship.
Correct.
So she's confirmed. I'm so confusion. I'm I don't know what to think. Okay. So next scene is we at back at Alexia and Todd's luxury accommodation. And she tells Frankie that Kiki and Marisol are coming over. And he goes upstairs. He's so cute. Um, okay, so then Alexia tells them that she's going to meet Herman's lover. She's gonna have to try and find something else to talk about, or we just gonna need to hurry up and get this over with.
Right.
um, and they've been blurring out his face. Do you think that he was good with all of this until the meeting happened? And then he said, look, you can use the footage, but blur my face out because I still need to make a coin selling my ass
Right.
to all these rich undercover men.
Right.
Okay. All right. So let's see if he's still blurred out when he shows up, or even if we see the actual meeting.
I got
because
you.
I'm not sure how that is going to go down. Um, but she tells them that she got a message from her assistant who said that Herman's lover, I think his name is Leo, is available to meet with her Monday, and she's going to go.
I mean, there's no reason not to.
Well, she could just let this
Die.
go, but yeah. But girl, whatever. It's interesting for now. Now we at the art show, and the one that Adriana set up a solo art show for Martina Navratilova with all of her tennis ball art. And hold on, I didn't realize that that car that Martina and them was driving with all the paint all over it, it's a
Mm-hmm.
Maserati.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. One of my neighbors had one of those. He's a he works people out at a gym.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, those are beautiful cars. Pity she did that paint job on it, but those are beautiful cars. Um,
I was one of a kind. So, and
mhm,
she, I think it's some of her art. So it's worth even probably
mhm,
worth even more money.
mhm. Why Martina telling Julia to put her tits away,
That was comedy.
and then
She
Julia telling her, "I'm the colorful one and you're the boring one."
right.
Girl, don't be like that to your benefactor. Just saying.
At
Mm-mm-mm.
least wait. We used to wait till the kids get through college.
True.
That's how I
Or
look
not
at it.
financially dependent on either one of the two of y'all.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so Adriana brings her first date, Jacob, who she's not offering the kitty up to until 4 months. So they got 2 more months to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on in the evening, we see her second date show up, Theory or Thierry or whatever.
Terry.
Um, it has that's the French pronunciation.
Yeah,
It's not
Thierry.
it. Yeah, something like that. And he's got 3 more months to go to get the kitty.
Mm-hmm.
And Julia's face. Julia saying, "I'm not jealous. I'm just annoyed. This is not her dating show. This is my wife's art show." Really? Really?
Okay.
Okay, girl. He was looking kind of jealous to me. I'm sorry.
Right.
And
Exactly. She was big
Martina,
mad.
how long is this relationship going to last? Is she one of these that's in a bad relationship? Because Martina, I'm going to call a thing, but when they're sitting down and they're talking to one another, like at the farm,
Mm-hmm.
how long have they been married?
What, 10 years? I think.
I don't know. I think the thrill's gone.
I
I w-
think that I just don't see. For me, this is my opinion. I don't think
Mhm.
Julia's down with the whole monogamy thing.
I think she is when it's okay. How do I put this? It's okay for her to sample at the candy bar, but it's not okay for Martina to do it.
Right.
And like not even consensually bringing into like you invite a third or fourth into your relationship. I don't even think she's down on that. I think she's just down on her going and getting whatever she wants.
I
And I
agree.
don't think Martina realizes that. Or
I can
maybe
agree to
she
that.
does. And that's why she told her to put her titties away.
Oh,
Like
I
that
got
was
you.
a subliminal message saying, "Who you dressing for, boo?"
Right. I can go with that.
Ah, maybe I'm just overanalyzing. I don't know. I don't know.
No,
But
because they're giving us so much to analyze. I think that's the thing.
yeah, I have a lot of questions with their relationship. And remember how Kyle Richards says these married women come on the show with already existing problems, and the show just amplifies them, and this is their backup plan.
Look at the Bobby.
Child. Why do all the men look like Skittles?
I mean, I wasn't feeling Jacob. I
They
wasn't
didn't
feeling
look
him.
like she didn't look like she was interested in him in any
Mm-mm.
long-term nothing. That looked like uh, a hard session, and then next.
And then, but the ladies love Terry.
He
They're
had a
like,
bit of attitude, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's gonna wait 4 months for puss.
No. And then I like the fact that Anthony was like, okay, Adriana, come here. Let's make a deal. He's like, I'm interested in these two right here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, what can we do about it? She's like, show me the cash. Anthony, show me the cash. I'm like, Anthony, make sure Martina signs that. So her signature alone is going to pay for that artwork because it's going to be assigned. It's actually clay. I think it's actual clay from Roland Garros, if I'm not mistaken, with her footprints and her signature to authenticate that it's her.
Oh yeah, because he wanted the one with the 1920s antique racket and everything, right?
Yeah, he
From
wants
the
the set.
first court that she ever played on.
Right,
Yeah,
the
that
check.
was a smart one.
No, yeah, okay, my mistake. It wasn't Roland Garros. It was the Czech court.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
as Czechoslovakia no longer exists in modern day times, yeah, that's the smart one.
And I think that would be the most emotionally difficult one for her to let go. I'm surprised she even put that up.
I mean, it's her
But
art, so she's like, why not? Like, this is a piece of me, so why not do it?
I noticed that who was it that she flashed that handbag at that was like $10,000 with Chris, in the image of $10,000 in crystals. It was a beautiful handbag. Was it him or was it Lenny? Because Lenny looked like he was gun shy.
For some reason, I want to say it was Anthony.
Okay, so when she was trying to get Lenny to buy some, Lenny had the look on his face as if, girl, if you don't get away from me, I am hiding money in offshore accounts for my potential divorce.
Stop it.
I have no money to waste on this stupid art.
I can see that.
My God. Nicole is confused by the whole interaction between the two boyfriends, Adriana and Julia. And she says that she gets the impression that Julia. She gets the impression that Adriana is more into chicks than dicks.
Well,
look, Adriana is very fluid and will
very.
go wherever the money takes her.
Pretty much.
Leah taught her well. Let's see.
But let's just get this out the way. Did people really think Adriana was gonna spend the rest of her life on that boat with Frederick? Come on now.
No, I don't think she ever liked that boat, and I don't think she was like not going to be sailing around the world in that. She didn't even think that shit could float. And she thought that was a huge waste of the money. Get a better car than the I love antique cars. We have a big antique car collection down here in South Florida. We do. But his car was always breaking down. If you're going to have an antique car, you're going to have to do the upkeep.
Right. I've read that.
And it's not your major primary form of transportation. It's the one you take out on Sunday to air it out. So I don't know. She looked at that boat with disdain every time she went near it.
Oh, she was always mad at the boat.
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold on. Martin does not care. She is worried about men. Did you mean Martina? I think she means Martina, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ablavi, I'm going to disagree with this based on the previews because once it got back to Martina that Julia gave Adriana that foot rub, she asked at the table, "What did you have to do to get that foot rub?" I was like, "Oops."
Uh-huh. And the episode ends with Alexia waiting at a restaurant for Herman's lover to arrive. She's nervous. She calls her assistant Johnny, I guess for reassurance or something to do until this gentleman arrives. And then it just cuts to black and says to be continued. Bitches for ending the episode like that. What do you think, you're Sopranos or something? My God. I'm loving it, Bao.
What's not to love at this point?
Hmm.
If we're being honest, if we're just being completely honest, like
Yep.
they're killing us right now.
Yeah. So that was the episode, y'all. This was a good show. I'm loving Miami. Let us know what you think in the comments below, Replay Crew. We really appreciate it. The live chat has been awesome. But this was the Real Housewives of Miami, season 4, episode 3, Painted with Pride. Can't wait to see next week with the brouhaha over the foot rub. Awesome. Oh my God. So, Jamal, we have our next show is 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. Guys,
Yes,
if you can, come back and join us at the top of the hour, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific. We're so grateful that you're sharing your Christmas Eve with us. You could be doing a whole bunch of other stuff with your families. We just are very appreciative that you're spending a few minutes with us.
most definitely. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you,
Mhm.
thank you.
All right. So, any final thoughts, Jamal?
No, we were good.
All right. Until next time.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.